Priti Savla ma'am, our own CCM, ICAI and chairperson of Women and Young Member Committee, Sustainability Reporting Standards Boards on Board of Discipline of ICAI. She was chairperson of WIRC and awarded Best Region Outstanding Performer. She is practicing since last 23 years, Independent Director on Sun Pharma Laboratories Limited, NSE Clearing Limited, Aarti Industries Limited, and Aarti Drugs Limited. Many more companies, I have not mentioned all names. She is a governing council member of Social Stock Exchange of BSc. She is a speaker on various forums on professional topics. She has mentored more than 200 women. She always available for students and members. She is the first social auditor of India. She has been awarded by various organizations, including parliamentaries. She is representing International Sustainability Standards Board Advisory Forum, the only one from India. She is also chairperson of SAFA Sustainability, our own chairperson, Priti Savla ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning once again. So power-packed audience and very motivating session in the morning and spirit of motivation, but today my topic is not on motivation. However, on sustainability, and next session is also very near to my heart, that is independent director, being on the boards of various large listed companies and others. So, however, yeah, thanks. So, let us start with sustainability, and I'll also have speak some stories, real-time stories about the sustainability and me, and how the journey has started and how the journey is going on. So I think the presentation, yeah. So we have Institute of Social Auditors of India, which is 100% subsidiary of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Also, we'll speak about that also. So how many of you are aware about sustainability? Can you please raise your hand? Hello, so I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, out of 200, some 4, 5 hands. So something 2% or maybe less than 5% members, the participants are aware about the sustainability. So all are you interested in understanding about the sustainability? Yes or no? Yes. So how many of you are interested? Raise your hand. Yeah, so then it's very relevant and I can speak on this because you are interested. So ઓલો હાથી રાખેલો હાથી હોય અને આપણે આંખે પાટો બાંધેલો હોય ઓલો હોય ને the blindfold, right? If we put on our eyes, someone puts on our eyes the blindfold, અને હાથ અને ટચ કરે અને કે આ શું છે તમે જણાવો. આજે મેં પિક્ચર રાખ્યું છે ને, તો એ જેના આંખ પર પાટો બાંધેલો હોય ને, તો એ જે પગ એના હાથીના પગ હોય ને, તો એને શું કે એ શું કહેશે? થાંભલો છે, રાઈટ? એની ટેલ હોય અને ટેલને પકડીને શું કે આ રોપ છે, આ દોરડું છે. કારણ કે મને એવું લાગે છે, મને દેખાતું નથી, પણ આ શું છે, રાઈટ? ઇટ ઇઝ અ રોપ. અને જો એને કાનને પકડે તો એ શું છે? આ ફેન છે. એવી રીતે જ. અને જો એના બોડીને ટચ કરે તો એ કે આ તો વોલ છે, આ લાગે છે કાંઈક દિવાલ છે, મને દેખાતું નથી, પણ આ તો તમે મને દિવાલને ટચ કરાવો છો એવું કાંઈ મને લાગી રહ્યું છે. સો વોટ ઇઝ સો એવી રીતે જ્યારે સસ્ટેનેબિલિટીનું વર્ડ આવે ને ત્યારે આવું જ થઈ રહ્યું છે, બરાબર? અને ધીસ ઇઝ માય ફર્સ્ટ ટર્મ ઇન ધ કાઉન્સિલ એન્ડ when I got elected and the results have come just now. Swati was also speaking about that and showing something in her mobile about it. And after the result came, before the council formed, result આવી જાય ને ડિસેમ્બર એન્ડમાં આવી જાય ને કાઉન્સિલ ફોર્મ થાય ફેબ્રુઆરીમાં. તો જે પ્રેસિડેન્ટ થવાના હતા લાસ્ટ યર, CA ડૉક્ટર દેવાશિષ મિત્રા, એમણે મને ફોન કર્યો કે પ્રીતિ વિચ કમિટી વુડ લાઇક ટુ બી ઇન, વિચ કમિટી, કે ફર્સ્ટ યરમાં ચેરમેનશીપ ન મળે, વી ગેટ ધ વાઇસ ચેરમેનશીપ ઓફ ધ કમિટી. તો મેં તો વિચાર્યું કે મને કઈ કમિટી, દેર આર અબાઉટ 30 કમિટીઝ ઇન ધ ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટ. હા, જેવી રીતે સસ્ટેનેબિલિટી બોર્ડ છે, કે વુમેન કમિટી છે, અકાઉન્ટિંગ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ બોર્ડ, ઓડિટિંગ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ બોર્ડ, એવી રીતે ડાયરેક્ટ ટેક્સ કમિટી, GST, એવી રીતે 30 કમિટી છે. પ્રીતિ વિચ કમિટી યુ વુડ લાઇક ટુ બી પાર્ટ ઓફ ઇટ? મેં તો વિચાર્યું, કીધું સર, મેં કીધું WRCમાં તો કામ કરેલું છે, આઈ વોઝ ચેરપર્સન ઇન 2019, આપણે તો બધું કરી શકીએ છીએ. તો આઈ ટોલ્ડ સર, વિચ એવર કમિટી યુ વુડ લાઇક ટુ ગીવ મી, આઈ વિલ વર્ક ઇન દેટ કમિટી. And when the nominations came, I was vice chairperson of Sustainability Reporting Standard Board. And my situation was like this only, about 2 years back. મેં કીધું આ સસ્ટેનેબિલિટી તો શું છે, આપણને કાંઈ ખબર નથી, અને હવે એમાં આવી ગયું છે, તો હવે તો આ બધું ટફ લાગે છે. એક તો નવું કાઉન્સિલ છે, મીટિંગ દિલ્હીમાં જ હોય. તો મેં કીધું ઓકે, ઠીક છે, લેટ અસ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ. પછી લગભગ 15 દિવસ રહીને કમિટીની મીટિંગ, ફર્સ્ટ મીટિંગ ઓફ અવર કમિટી વોઝ that year. તો I went committee meeting, and chairman was Mr. Sanjeev Singhal from North. I was vice chairperson, first meeting of that year. બધું થયું. પછી we discussed, there is a lot of interaction with the regulators in this council. So we interact with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, we interact with SEBI, RBI, various regulators. So agenda by agenda came, એક white paper હતું SEBIનું, અને we had to respond. We respond to the white papers. આપણા representations આપીએ, આપણે કરીએ. અને chairman said, એ white paper within 48 hours we have to reply to SEBI, respond to SEBI, और ये आप कर लीजिए. So it was very tough task. આજે કાંઈ બી ડાયરેક્ટ ટેક્સ હોય તો વી હેવ એક્સપર્ટ્સ, આઈ કોલ ધેમ કે આ કરવું છે, તો આપણું તો 2 દિવસમાં કામ પતી જાય, તરત કામ પતી જાય. GSTનું હોય તો આપણે કોઈને બી ફોન કરીએ GST એક્સપર્ટને, તો તરત ઇમિજિએટ 2 કલાકમાં તો આવી જાય, કામ થઈ જાય. એવી રીતે બધા જ આપણા તો સબ્જેક્ટ એક્સપર્ટ, પણ અહીંયા તો કોઈ જ નહીં. ઇવન કમિટીમાં પણ બધા ઇન્ટરનેશનલ લોકો છે. હવે કરવાનું શું? સાંજ થઈ ગઈ, ઇવનિંગ, રાતના તો કંઈ થાય નહીં ત્યાં. નેક્સ્ટ ડે ઇન ધ મોર્નિંગ આઈ વોક અપ એટ 5 o'clock. લગભગ પ્રિન્ટ આઉટ લઈ લીધું મેં એ દિવસે. આઈ વોક અપ એટ 5 o'clock ઇન ધ મોર્નિંગ. આઈ વેન્ટ થ્રુ ધેટ. ઇટ વોઝ અબાઉટ 20-25 pages, that white paper. 2 કલાક, બે વખત વાંચ્યું. ઇટ ટુક 5 from morning 5 to 9, 4 કલાક. Those 25 pages I read twice and made my comments. Again went to Institute, Delhi, our ICAI Bhavan, Indraprastha Marg. Interacted with 2 members, one was in Australia, one is in some London. Interacted with them, finalized the notes, and then again shown to the chairman. Okay, I have made notes. What was it all about? Okay, what is ESG and who should do this work? And at that time also I had mentioned that this should come to the chartered accountants. And we finalized. Chairman, अरे आपने तो बहुत अच्छा बनाया है, and we sent it to SEBI. And this is how we want कि all our work should flow to the chartered accountant members. However, it takes time to read and understand everything. But I can say, friends, nothing is impossible. જ્યારે આપણે CAની એક્ઝામ બી પાસ કરી છે ને, ત્યારે આપણે કેટલી હાર્ડવર્ક, કેટલું એફર્ટ્સ કર્યું છે, and then we achieved it. No, it's the 8th toughest exam of world, right? And then so this is also not, it's not like impossible thing. So this is my starting journey to the sustainability. And the first video which I had seen was 2 minutes video. It's all about nature. It's about nature. Nature require people, or people require nature? Yes. So when we require something, how much care we take about it? Are we taking any care about nature? Yes or no? Are we taking any care? What we are doing for preservation of nature? आज हमें आव्या, me and Divya came together and we went to the restroom. So one wash basin, just that water was just flowing. How much it was flowing? Yeah. So no one is taking care. No, we ensure that it is stopped immediately. We ensure that. Yeah, but it's so casually, everyone is taking so casually. It's not about me and you, it's overall, right? So, it is each and everyone's. We have come out with one video also, we'll run that 1-minute video. I have brought that. I have told Hetal to run that video, at the end we'll run that video also. So, it is the duty of everyone to preserve nature. So how? So now what we are seeing, a lot of animals have become extinct. Tigers and some species, the dinosaurs are not there, right? And if we don't take care of nature, now, maybe after our several generations, people also, human beings also will become extinct and will be no more. It's high time. And this is all about sustainability. So why I'm telling you these small stories? So bringing to the subject, because if you directly start the topic, the BRSR, the reporting, it will be very difficult to understand. And that is why I'm bringing all these things so that everyone can correlate and understand in very easy manner. Right? So environment, what is the full form of ESG? Yes, can anyone say? Environment, वो तो लीक हो गया है. हाँ, Google uncle. Very smart. So it's all about environment, social and governance. So environment. So all of you invest in the stock market? Yes or no? How many invest? Very good, very nice. You invest, or your family members, husband or your father or your children. Yeah, now everyone, children are also after the COVID. During the COVID, everyone has started. The trading has increased like anything. 10 times it has increased and market is up. So what we actually as a chartered accountant, what we see when we trade or if we invest in the shares of the company, fundamental aspects कितने लोगों को पता है यहाँ पे? Raise the hand. So now you are the next one in the next program to speak on fundamental aspects. हाँ, हम लोग क्या देखते हैं? आपने શું જોઈએ? Tell me fast. वो तो मिलेंगे. उसके लिए क्या देखते हैं? फाइनेंशियल्स देखते हैं. फाइनेंशियल में क्या देखते हैं? EPS, ROI. सो प्रॉफिट देखते हैं ना हम. अगर प्रॉफिट कंपनी ज़्यादा कर रही है तो अपने को पैसा ज़्यादा मिलेगा, शेयर का भाव बढ़ेगा, राइट? एवरीवन सीज द प्रॉफिट. What you have seen in governments, tell me. Tell me one example of any company, what you have seen as regards to governance. What you have seen, give me the example. What governance is not good? What something? What exactly you have seen? Growth. So coming to the profit, right? We have never seen कि governance क्या है, उन्होंने सारे compliance किए हैं कि नहीं. We have seen the profit, but even the companies were only thinking, you can sit. The companies were also thinking only about the profits. There are 3 P's, it is said: profits, people, and planet. So no one is giving importance to the planet, right? But the things are now in reverse order. Things are now in reverse order because why? That also we'll see. In COP26 at Glasgow conference, right? There is a Paris agreement which has been signed by India. Right now COP28 is going on. Yes or no? कहाँ पे चल रही है COP28? Dubai, yes. So COP26 was in Glasgow, at Glasgow. And at that time, there are agreement, this environment agreement, this ESG sustainability agreement signed. And our Honorable Prime Minister has made an agreement that by 2070, the India will become the carbon neutral. What is carbon neutral? Zero carbon emission. So whatever carbon, the pollution is emitted, it will be offset by various measures, right? So all the countries have signed this agreement, and India has also signed the agreement. By 2070, the India will become carbon neutral, and by 2030, the government, the Prime Minister has announced the Panchamrit to be followed. The Panchamrit to be followed. And these are all are available. If you see Panchamrit, type on the Google, you will find 14 to 15 minutes video. What are these direct Modi ji's speech is there about the Panchamrit. And you will understand what is all about. And because of that, lot of regulatory requirements have come, and because of that, lot of things have flown to us and lot of opportunities to us as a professionals also. And now accordingly, these 3 P's are in reverse order. First is to be seen is planet, then people, and then profit. And this is all for peace and prosperity. And that makes 5 P's. Okay, all of you are with me? Yes or no? Yes. So let us move forward. Now let us go into some technical parts. Yeah? Again, why the importance is increasing? Well, first we have seen the regulatory requirements, what our government wants, and a lot of regulatory requirements that are coming up in the next slides. But there are various surveys also have been made, and the results of the surveys are that. So it's a responsible business practices which is good for the society and for the people at large. And this is 98% of the people surveyed have said that the non-financial disclosures are also important. These are all financial statement banate to all amounts we put for everything, whether it's a fixed assets or liabilities or capital, right? But these are non-financial information, carbon emission, the governance. So these are also important what the investors are saying. Further, 83% of the investor surveyed have said that to consider the formal frameworks to be necessary to understand the long-term value. So the formal frameworks are required so that the comparability and the transparency can come, and it is comparable with the other companies also. And 75% of the investors surveyed have said that they'll find value in the assurance of the robustness of organizations' planning and climate risk. And who does the assurance? Who does the assurance? Audit. Exactly. And that is how the opportunities are flowing, and accordingly the demand for this non-financial information is rising, and because of the stringent regulations coming, the changing the consumer behavior. Now you'll see even our children are not using the plastic bags. They want jute bags. We are using jute bags. The change in the consumer behavior and the global accords more prominent than ever. It is not only any single country, but it is globally required. So, what if the sustainability is practiced and followed? It's having more competitive advantage, and it's a risk managed, and the companies are becoming future ready. Access to the international funding, the markets and the listings. I'm not going into detail. If you want to understand anything in detail, let me understand, but these are self-explanatory. The better positioning to respond to local and global regulatory compliances. This we have already seen, and the next slides we will see what are the compliances required. It will enhance the trust and confidence in the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders? Yeah, let us understand at least 5 stakeholders. Who are they? Shareholders. Then one by one, raise the hand and we can send the mic. Send the mic. Raise the hand. Yeah. Who are the stakeholders? Raise the hand quickly. Yeah. Quickly, your voice will be heard. One. So 5 stakeholders are customers. Customers are the stakeholders. I'll give you the example. एक बार एक मेरी फ्रेंड थी, उसने नया फ्रिज खरीदा, राइट, और उसका फ्रिज काम ही नहीं कर रहा है, मतलब स्टार्ट ही नहीं हो रहा है. हाँ, वो कंप्लेंट कर रही है, नो वन इज अटेंडिंग, एंड शी हैज़ पुट ऑन द ट्विटर ये कंपनी, दिस कंपनीज फ्रिज refrigerators are not good. Immediately within next 10 minutes she received the call. Same day the work has got done. उन्होंने बोला आप ट्विटर में से हमारा कमेंट निकाल दीजिए. And this is how the people are seeing the image and the customer satisfaction. So the customers are the stakeholders. Next. Yes. Debtors.
If the company's position is destroyed, then
the vendors, debtors. Next. Employees are the major stakeholders because they also feel if company is doing well, the employees are safe. So there are major reporting requirements for employees also. Next. Government, we have already seen a lot of regulatory requirements are coming, and in the vendors and customer vendors and the debtors, we are seeing the supply chain, in the value chain. Next, last, investors. So investor will always see if the company is good, doing good, having their good objectives, the value of the company is high and their value is also high. Their investment value is also high. There are a lot of other stakeholders. We are not going into this to understand, to make you understand. I am just sharing you an example, and your involvement is also important so that everyone easily understands this very tough topic. So we have understood ESG. So accountability at its commitment for accountability at the highest level, reduce environment footprint as social, the fulfill social responsibilities where all the stakeholders will come so that to fulfill their requirements. So if we see each and every stakeholders, so for example, customers, their requirements, if we see the employees, it was earlier the top-bottom approach, whatever the management says, they have to follow. But now their involvement is also important because there are a lot of reporting requirements on the human rights and related things, so that, for example, the government has made the mandatory requirement on SDG 5, the social development goals, SDG, there are 17 SDGs. One is SDG 5 is on gender equality, right? So there has to be at least one women independent director on the boards of the listed companies and on certain companies with certain criteria, so that the equality is also there. And that is what the management, the board requirement. So that comes under social responsibilities. And it brings the strong business growth. So sustainability reporting, the pillars of change. So here in sustainability, the regulator is Security and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, who has brought the format of reporting, which is mandatory. It is called as BRSR, Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting, which is mandatory for top 1,000 listed companies, and it is mandatory from 1st April 2022, and now assurance is also mandatory from April 23 on glide path method for this top 1,000 listed company from 23 to 27, right? So the disclosure requirements, so there are various other reporting requirements globally like GRI, so that is TCFD and various other ISAB, International Sustainability Accounting Report, so like that. There are various requirements. So the regulators bring this reporting requirement. As a institute, at a Sustainability Reporting Standard Board, we support and prepare their implementation. We interact regularly with the regulators and see that what are the upcoming requirements. We have done back testing of several reports for SEBI, for this BRSR, for SEBI. On the basis of that, they have reviewed it and then brought the assurance also. There are 9 BRSR core, the 9 KPIs which they have brought for assurance also, and then it will adopt, the corporates adopt this sustainability reporting, and we support for reporting as well as assurance. We are also having certificate course on BRSR. We regularly do webinars on this sustainability reporting, and I am happy to share with all of you that Sustainability Reporting Standard Board of ICAI has recently got Best Board Award by UNCTAD, where 17 countries have given their nomination, and in which India we have received this award. So these are what activities we are doing. We are building the capacity of members by doing various these things. So this sustainability landscape, if we see, it has not come new recently, this year or last year. We are not aware. It has come since 2012. Earlier it was brought by Ministry of Corporate Affairs for top 100 listed companies. Then they have increased the scope to 500 companies, and BSE has brought it, and however it was not mandatory. Then BRR has become BRSR. The scope has been increased to top 1,000 listed companies. હવે આપણને એમ થાય કે આ તો top 1000 listed કંપનીનું છે, આપણે તો આ listed કંપનીનું કંઈ કરતા નથી, તો આપણે એમાં શું કામ આવે? આ ક્વેશ્ચન થાય છે મનમાં, આવે છે? Yes or no? But I would like to share with all of you that if we see this SEBI circular, recent one, right, what it is saying, ki the value chain, the value chain is also now mandatory to be reported and to be followed. Means what is value chain? So now if the company, say Cipla Limited, or any large listed company if we take, say Adani, she has given the example. So that 75, that SEBI circular says 75% of the supply chain also should be ESG compliant. And they may be purchasing from MSMEs and the small companies, the large purchases may be there. So they have to ensure. Now a lot of companies have also started training in this field, in sustainability, for their vendors. Okay, please become the sustainability compliance. And what is sustainability compliant? That also we'll see. How to become the carbon neutral, that also we'll see. So, and because of that, it will be applicable from next year onwards to MSMEs also, if they are supplying to these large companies. So then the work will flow to the small and medium practitioners also, but before that we have to equip the knowledge for this and become ready for this thing, then only we'll be able to serve. Otherwise all this will go somewhere else. So this is how, the principles, there are 9 principles and there are essential indicators. So 9 principles reporting. So these are reporting on ethics, sustainable life cycle. What is sustainable life cycle? We in India, we are following in our home. Our great grandparents were also following this. આપણે કોલું શર્ટ હોય ને, એ શર્ટ નવું લઈએ, થોડા વખત બહાર પહેરીએ, પછી ઘરે પહેરે, અને જ્યાં સુધી એનો ફટ્ટો નહીં બનાવીએ ને, ત્યાં સુધી વાપરીએ. Correct? And that is now it is called as circular economy. Right? So this is in India. આપણે હવે પહેલાં આપણે તો ઇન્ડિયામાં આપણા પહેલે વર્ષોથી આદત છે કે આપણે ઓલા પત્તા ઉપર ખાઈએ છીએ ને, પાન ઉપર ખાઈએ, જમવાનું આદત છે, બરાબર? But now it's a fashion in the hotels and we are paying thousands of rupees for that, and that has become trend not only in India but internationally. But this in India, we are actually following this from years together, and then the Western culture, we are adopting, and then they are adopting the same thing what we were following since beginning. So so that is sustainable life cycle. So all the byproducts, the joint products are utilized. So all these things are reported over here. Then employees, whether employees, the trainings are there. If it is a manufacturing company, whether the safety is there, safety measures are there, how much they are involved, who are KMPs, whether they are involved in taking business decisions. So all those reporting in the employees. So there are 10 essentials. So there are 2 types of indicators to be reported. For essential, which are mandatory, and the leadership indicators, which are not mandatory. Human rights, again relating to the employees, the environment related reporting, the public policy related, the social development related, and consumer related. So these are all reporting requirements. These are all non-financial reporting. Forget all the balance sheet and everything. Non-financial reporting. Are you reading the annual report of the company? Yes or no? So you will find this BRSR for top 1000 listed companies. This report is already there. Around 50 pages report you will find in all these listed companies. So you can go through this report also. And we have also done so this is the general disclosures about the size of the company and the location, what are the products, number of employees, CSR activities, required reporting, the management disclosures, so what are the leadership, the governance, the composition of the board, and the third are principle-wise disclosures, which we have already seen are required to be. This is the form of the report. These are the 9 principles we have seen. This is little bit in detail. I am not going through that right now. And we have developed this sustainability reporting maturity model, and we have released recently version 2. What is this SRMM? So now what the company, if you see, and what they are reporting, we have developed a tool which is available on the website free of cost. Put the details into this tool and you will find automatically the result. And if there is 300 marks, it is a 300 marks are given in this tool. If the company is getting up to 25 marks, 25% of the marks, say 75 in this sustainability, so then it is at very formative stage, starting stage. And 25 to 50% of the marks, they are at emerging stage. And if the company is getting 50 to 75% of the marks, they are established in the sustainability. Their business goals and sustainability goals are imbibed. And if above 75%, then the company is leading by an example in that criteria. So this SRMM version 2 is already available, which we have developed. This, which I have already spoken. So is it interesting? So we can move to next topic, and which is also very near and dear to my heart, that is social stock exchange and social audit. All of you are aware about social stock exchange. We will complete in 10 minutes. Next 10 to 15 minutes we will complete this also. Yeah, all of you are aware about social stock exchange. How many of you are aware? Can you please raise a hand? Only one? Two? If you can say, tell something about social stock exchange. If you can give the mic, yeah.
Non-profit making entities are getting listed over there for that's
For
all
what?
I know.
Okay.
For funding.
Okay. Anyone else? You have to say something, madam? Anyone else want to say something on social stock exchange? So I'll give you an example. Here also let us start with an example to understand it better. Suppose we are sitting in the evening, after having dinner, and some of the friend comes at our home, and the friend says, what is your name?
Mauli.
Moli is coming to Hetal's place, and both are good friends. And Moli કહે છે કે આ મારું NGO છે, હું ટ્રસ્ટી છું, અને અમારી એક કોઈક ગુજરાતની આગળ કોઈક ગામડું છે ને, એમાં અમારી એક શાળા છે, અને એમાં અમે ગરીબ બચ્ચાઓને, છોકરાઓને અમે ભણાવીએ છીએ, અને દર વર્ષે લગભગ 500 છોકરાઓને અમે ભણાવીએ છીએ. તો હેતલ કે તમે તો બહુ સારી એક્ટિવિટી કરો છો. તો એ કે પણ એક છોકરાને ભણાવવાનો ખર્ચ અમારો 25,000 રૂપિયા છે એક વર્ષ, અને એ તમે અડોપ્ટ કરી શકો છો, અને ડોનેશન તમે આપી શકો છો, ને અમે ATGની રિસીટ આપશું, કારણ કે અમારું ઇન્કમ ટેક્સ સેક્શન 12A રજિસ્ટર્ડ છે. બિકોઝ હેતલ નોઝ કે હા, મૌલી એ મારી બહુ સારી મિત્ર છે, અને એ જે કે એકચ્યુઅલી કરે છે, અને એની વિશ્વાસ સાથે એ 25,000નું ડોનેશન આપે છે. ATGમાં પણ બાદ મળશે, અને કોઈ એક છોકરાનું ભવિષ્ય આગળ થશે. બરાબર? સો એટલે એણે 25,000નું કે 2 છોકરાને અડોપ્ટ કર્યા, અને 50,000નું ડોનેશન આપ્યું હેતલે મૌલીને. બરાબર? અને બિકોઝ એ એને ઓળખે છે, ફ્રેન્ડ છે, એટલે એના પાસે ગઈ, અને એણે એને ડોનેશન આપ્યું, કારણ કે એ બંને એકબીજાને ઓળખે છે. હા, અને હાવેવર એની પાસે તો ઘણું જ, એની પાસે તો 500 છોકરાઓ છે, એ કેટલી હેતલને શોધવા જશે? હા, હા કરવા. સો in 2019 budget, our Honorable Finance Minister has announced that in India there should be the social stock exchange. And there are at present 7 countries in the world where the social stock exchanges are there, out of which in 3 countries, Singapore, Jamaica and Canada is working good. However, in other 4 countries it's not working properly as desired. However, in India the concept is totally different because it also provides the platform for, that is the capacity building fund for the investors and these NGOs who are registered on the exchange to come and meet and get the funding and give them the training and everything, building their capacity. So the much advanced version in India has. So friends, accordingly there was a group has been formed. However, nothing as much happened because of the COVID after 2019 by the group. But last year this has been actually started again. I am fortunate to work for this extensively for social stock exchange and social audits because it was a part of our sustainability reporting standard board. And the SEBI has brought down the notification, and actually we are working day and night along with SEBI and others for developing the social audit standards. So SEBI has brought the circular and said that how the social stock exchange and institute and who will do the audit of this, right? And that will be done by the social auditors. And it has said that Institute of Chartered Accountants of India will regulate, or any other agency. So our ICAI name is there in that notification. And accordingly, immediately we formed the Section 8 company and social audit standards. There are 16 thematic areas. We'll go into that, and day and night we have visited various NGOs and we have seen and we have developed this social audit standards. So now in brief she has said that social who will be able to register on social. There are how many exchanges in India? Mainly 2, BSE and NSE. So now both the exchanges have an additional arm, and that is called social stock exchange. And these are the who will be able to register on the social stock exchange? NGOs. So that is the charitable trust, cooperative society, or Section 8 companies can register themselves with who are working in this 16 thematic areas can register themselves on the social stock exchange. And these are the 16 thematic areas. So in brief, I can say who are working for the underprivileged children, for education, for medical, health, preservation of natural heritage, then sports, Olympics, our national sports, support. So all those things, I'll complete in 1 hour, whatever time is allotted to me, and for that I understand what time is left, and accordingly I am taking up. So you need not send me the cheat, okay? So these are the 16 thematic areas, and accordingly these NGOs can be registered accordingly. Yes? We'll come to it. We'll come to it. Section 135 of Companies Act lists 7 activities. However, the certain activities differ from that, and which is not covered here. Certain activities covered over here are not there. So there are some differences are there, we have mapped it. So who can register, as I said, charitable trust, companies under section 8 and societies for charitable purpose. They should be at least 3 years old, and all KYC requirements should be registered under section 12A, AA or AB, and it should be valid at least for next 12 months. Section 80G deduction should be there, and again social enterprises as per the requirements of section 292E. It must in the last year at least spend 50 lakhs for the charitable activities, and at least has received donation of 10 lakhs in the last year. The primary goals are must be social intent and social impact. Activity, we have seen any of the 16 thematic areas. Minimum qualifying amount, say 67%, either on the basis of revenue or expenditure or the customer base, the target audience. And who are not eligible? Corporate foundations, political as well as religious trust are not eligible for, or professional trade associations, infrastructure or the housing companies except affordable housing are not eligible to register. So these are the minimum, it is entire checklist is there. The trust, we are either the auditor of the trust or trustee, treasurer. I have seen our majority are chartered accountants, and accordingly they can actually register on the social stock exchange. What are the benefits of registration? So now we have seen both their examples, Mauli and Hetal, right? Now she was able to access only her friends' network. So once it is registered, you are open to others, outsiders, because you are registered, it will be your balance sheet, your financials, your activities will be there to the outside world, on the exchange and outside also. So we'll be able to access more lot of audience and able to raise the funds. And how it has to be raised? They have to issue ZCZP, zero coupon, zero principal instruments, and minimum size was 1 crore. Recently 2 days back only the circular has come, revised one. It has reduced to 50 lakhs. Who can donate? Individual or corporates can donate, and amount was earlier minimum 2 lakh issue price, now it is 10,000 minimum. We have only suggested don't make 10 lakhs, it is very 2 lakhs, it is very high amount for any individual to donate. The first foundation, Unnati Foundation, has already been listed, and there are about 45 trusts who are already registered in this last 3 to 6 months on the social stock exchange. And what is the social audit? So we have done this social audit framework. Institute has come out with social audit standards, and who will be eligible to give the exam? Social audit. So it is mandatory for all the trusts who are registered and listed on the exchange to get the social audit done. At present, there are about 450 plus social auditors who are already registered, and the social audit is again non-financial audit, and that is, how much now she is, her trust is training 500 students. So how many students are there, how the teaching is being made, and who attend, means all those things we have brought everything in our social audit standards. Again, there are 16 standards based on each thematic area, and we, even if one trust, they are into so many activities. If we say education, the education trust can be for the small children, for mentally retarded children, for physically disabled children, for women, for thousands of trust only in one thematic areas, 1,000 types of trust. And so there cannot be standard format like financial statements, and accordingly we have brought the KPIs which to be reported in the social audit. And the definition of social audit and the wordings have been now changed as the impact assessment. And now the social auditors will be known as impact assessors, and that the circular which has brought down by SEBI very recently, about 4 to 5 days back. So these are certain developments which have happened recently. And who can be the social auditor? The social auditor is one who passes the exams conducted by NISM for social auditor. And exam can be given by any chartered accountant. It is online exam, 2 hours. You can register on NISM. And we do a lot of training courses also by Institute of Social Auditors of India. Yes. We, as per the circular of SEBI, we are regulating the social auditors. The exam is to be conducted by NISM. Once they pass, they register with us under ICAI and we regulate them. Registration with ICAI. Yeah. So this is all about social stock exchange and social audits. And if you have any question, we can take up in next 2 to 3 minutes, or offline, maybe during lunch. So I think I have given justice to my topic. The next topic is also very near to my heart, and I already spoken with Anjali madam yesterday evening. Let's see how it is. I can also be the part of panel for independent director. So thank you very much all for patient hearing.
Just a minute, a personal thing that I wanted to share with you all. Ma'am shared wonderfully about sustainability, and of course that was on an organizational level, company level, the auditing, the governance and all of that. But I think personally also, if we could take little steps that, you know, can make I won't say big impact in like a minute, પણ જે કહેવાય ટીપે ટીપે સમુદ્ર ભરાય એવી રીતે એઝ મેમ સેડ કે હવે પ્લાસ્ટિક બેગ્સ નથી યુઝ કરતા. ધ ન્યુઅર જનરેશન યુઝિસ ક્લોથ બેગ્સ, જૂટ બેગ્સ લાઈક દેટ. તો એટલે અત્યારે મારી આમ નજર પડી કે આપણને ટેબલ પર અહીંયા પ્લાસ્ટિકની બોટલ્સ આપી છે, અને જે આઈ ગેસ મેજોરિટી ઇવેન્ટ્સ કે વેડિંગ્સ કે બધે થતું હોય છે. પણ ઇફ વી કેન ટ્રાય એન્ડ બ્રિંગ અવર ઓન બોટલ, એટલે and as women we don't leave our houses without bags, કારણ કે આપણી પાસે 100 વસ્તુઓ હોય છે જેના વગર throughout the day we cannot manage. તો એક અગર ઘરેથી બોટલ લાવીને આપણે લઈએ તો ઓન એન એવરેજ આ સવારના 9 થી 5માં આટલી આપણે એટલીસ્ટ 10 બોટલ પીતા હોઈએ પાણી, અરાઉન્ડ 200 people, so that sums up to 2000 bottles. અને આ બધી બોટલ રિસાયકલેબલ ત્યારે થાય કે જ્યારે સ્પેશિયલ એફર્ટ કરવા પડે કે તમે એ રિસાયકલ એજન્સીઝને મોકલો, અધરવાઇઝ ઇટ ઓલ લેન્ડ્સ in the landfill.
Thank you very much for your suggestion. At institute level, what we have done, we have given instructions to all the branches to use the not use the plastic bottles, and they are actually following that. And this is only because of the hotel.
No ma'am, I'm not just saying it here. It's just a personal practice કે આપણે કરી શકીએ એના માટે.
Thank you so much. And one of the question what she has raised, whether corporate donations are allowed in this. So ATG at present we are talking to CBDT to allow ATG, and ATG because in ATG instrument word is not there, and hence CBDT we had a meeting with CBDT, and let's see it will come. Even corporate donations, the MC at present it is not allowed over here, and we are talking with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs also for this purpose to allow it for these foundations on the social stock exchange. So we can run that 1 minute video. And any other question? Really thank you for your suggestion, very good suggestion not to use plastics. Yeah, really good. So thank you so much. If you have any other question, we can take up, and we can otherwise we can take up the video. It is all this video. It's sustainability. We have seen regulatory requirements, but I feel it starts from each and every one personal. If we don't follow on our own, it is not going to happen. And this is the video what it says all about. So we can start that.
ICAI Sustainability Awareness Drive. Har Ghar Sustainability. Take care of ecosystem. Save electricity. Unplug appliances when they are not in use. Take advantage of sunlight. Use solar panels. Use energy efficient lights. Install power strips to save electricity. Use water efficiently. Turn off the tap when not in use. Control water leakages. Rainwater harvesting. Use waste RO water for mopping. Sustainable environment. Reduce, reuse and recycle. No plastic usage. Save paper. Grow more trees for sustainable future. Let every household be sustainable. Thank you.
Now I would request CS Swati Panchal to give vote of thanks to the faculty.
Thank you so much, Hetal. Namaskaram to everyone. On behalf of Ahmedabad branch of WRC of ICAI, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude our own CCM, Priti ma'am, for taking wonderfully the sustainability, ESG and social stock exchange. She has nicely covered on zero carbon emission, how the Panchamrut by Narendra Modi ji held, and BRSR, international sustainability standards out of the 70 countries, how India has applied and the ICAI has won the record. Also about the value chain, sustainable life cycle, and our essential culture, that old culture that we were following, it complies the sustainability rules and standards, and also about the social stock exchange. This is all about how she has nicely shared information and her valuable time to us. Thank you so much, ma'am, Priti ma'am, for taking your time and being with us. And many of us might be not knowing, so I would like to share. December 21 was the time, I think, ma'am, when I texted ma'am that when CCM elections were out, all the male candidates were struggling to get the secured quota, and the ma'am, the first one, how easily she has secured the place very nicely at the first one. So I really appreciate ma'am how easily, when all the male were struggling and not able to fill the quota minimum vote, and she was the first and she did it. So wonderful, ma'am. Really, you are the inspirations and inspirations for all of us. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am. And to all the lovely ladies, I have just wrote 4 lines for you, and also the ma'am. आशा की किरण हो आप, पेरेंट्स का हौसला हो आप, समाज के लिए प्रेरणा हो आप, प्रोफेशन के लिए एक शाइनिंग स्टार हो आप, एक विकसित भारत 2047 का जो हमारा स्वप्न है, उसके लिए एक मूलाधार ही है हम सब लोग. सो बस जीते चल जीते चल जीते चल. Thank you once again, and just handing over to the committee members for the game and the next coordinators, Hiral Gajera, for taking the session forward for the independent director.